Hello and welcome to another Let's Play of Eldfall Chronicles Northern Wind. Last week I didn't manage it and this week it's a little bit late, but here we are with the Tomb of the Ancients Part 1. Let's jump right into the narrative. After a grueling ascent, scrambling up narrow stone stairs, precarious carved into the mountain's rugged face, you arrive at the sanctum, an eerie chamber nestled within the heart of the mountain. Inside, dim, wintry light filters through cracks in the stone, casting shifting shadows over rows of ogres frozen in stone. These lifelike figures, unnervingly still, are etched with intricate carvings from a long-forgotten dynasty, one predating even the Sogar Empire. Chandra, we goblins carve our homes wherever the earth would yield, burrowing through stone and soil alike. But this tomb, the elders spoke of an ancient evil lurking. We kept away, lest we awaken what should remain buried. The air grows colder as the tunnel narrows, forcing you toward a careful step. It soon opens into an ancient antechamber, overlooking a vast chasm. From its depth, a fiery red light pulses like the beating heart of a restless volcano, splitting the mountain in a jagged wound. Across the chasm, within an open cavern, stands an ancient temple carved into the rock. Its purpose is clear. It was not meant for worship, but to steal something or someone away. Beneath its monastic design, the structure bears signs of an older origin, predating the empire itself. A force seeps from the temple's dark entrance, heavy with forbidden magic. Twisted souls drift above the fissure, rising like spectral steam, their presence saturating the air with heavy profane mana. Suspended above the chasm, a stone bridge hangs on heavy chains, its path leading forward, but it remains drawn up, out of reach. Above it, the summit looms, casting long shadows over the crevice. The sky itself atorn. A jagged wound of chaotic, crackling energy hovers between the twin peaks, seeping like a column into the depths of the crevice. The rift. Narrow, thousands of souls. I can feel them, stretched thin between the temple and the rift, caught between the three worlds. This one, the veiled one, and the void. Anari, stay sharp. Prolonged exposure to the rift could cause soul rot, the slow crystallization of flesh, especially to those without Rin blood. Important, if you arrive to this quest after day 13 midnight, read ending too late, page 107. But looking at here, at our time, we are at day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So definitely more than enough time. We place the tiles, place the heroes, place encounter 1, difficult, dense, crevice, haze, environment, intrigue 1 and 2, and profane tokens. You can call your allies to help. This may be one of the last opportunities to call for their aid. I will try it for the first time without allies and see how far I've come with this. So, we have profane burners. If profane burners is present, do not remove dead or incapacitated hostile. In the strategy phase, on the hostile's turn, all undead hostiles in dead state resurrect. Regain full HP and state remove. Command undead spells cannot be used if there is a profane burner. Sadly, there are 2 behind 2 locked doors. Hoist bridge, obstacle 1 and 2. A bridge hangs suspended above the chasm, blocking your passage. It's here. You need to find a mechanism or means to lower it before you can cross the rift and make it to the ancient temple. Note that these obstacles do not block line of sight. Okay. Cleanse the profane bonus. A model can cleanse the profane interact action in the same space, spending all mana, making Marora. Okay. And necromantic thought. All range attacks suffer -3 attacks. When casting spells, range attack caster suffers 20. And hostiles are not affected by this. Okay, quest ends if all heroes leave the field through S. Heroes may leave only if there are no hostiles on tile 29B. Okay. So, with all that said, let's jump right into it. Hero's first turn. And I will go with Sagan to immediately trigger without any further preparation Intrigue token 1. And let me just put this one down. Also, by the way, we still have New, the Angered Spirit, which means he's in addition to any other weather effect, which I just forgot. Let's make weather check. Ambush, bright light, skilled savages, and premonition. So no weather. Therefore, we have only Nui. And whenever you flip an instant card, I assume this is a chaos card, roll a die for each model on a space with a wide open edge. On a roll of 5 or higher, the model suffers 1 wound and 1 weak point. A hero may ignore this by removing a superior item from their inventory. So basically something that has a yellow background. If this is the second superior item removed from this class, remove the event card. And since it specifies model, I'm not sure if I didn't want to use it strategically. But let's see what we have in Encounter 1. Across the rift, an elegant figure draped in a decent furry-sewed robe halts her ritual motion. She stands upon a vast, whirling sigil etched into the stone altar. With measured grace, she turns to your face, lifting a delicate fan to veil her expression. So I do not have painted Hihomi. I hope I pronounce it. Sorry that I butchered this name. Place Encounter 2, 3, and Encounter 4. And here steps onto trigger and resolve Encounter 4. Okay. Read Secret Log. If okay, we have to read that. If you have called the Guildstone Knight as an ally, request read. Okay, I didn't have called him. So 31 we will read. And we have the encounter placement. Let me just put in the rulebook so that we can come back. 142, nearly. Tomb of the Ancients, Part 1. Hihomi's gaze sharpens, her voice low and silken, carrying the weight of an age beyond reckoning. Brazen mortals, she begins, lowering her fan with slow, deliberate grace, revealing her eyes as endless and unyielding as the void. But what do you dare to stand before me? You are but a fleeting breath upon the wind, and in the dark, and yet you presume to intrude upon my domain. Your insolence is as fragile as it is brief, soon to be crushed beneath the weight of forces far beyond your feeble grasp. The aura about her ripples, swirling like liquid shadow, twisting into fleeting, amorphous shapes, each more haunting than the last. Her voice rises deep in both contempt and power. For countless ages I have lingered in desolation, watched, waiting as the world forgets. But now the hour of my kin is at hand, and you, mere driftwood upon the tide of fate, will serve your final pitiful purpose. Your ambitions, so brittle, so hollow, will crumble against the wall of inevitability. Mark my words, you shall not leave this place. You will be entombed here, alongside my slumbering kin, cursed by the false gods who chained us. A terrible certainty lingers in her tone, not a threat, but a truth already set in motion. And when your lifeless forms lie cold upon the earth, our sovereign shall rise once more, rendering the heavens and shatters the bond that have bound us. The curse will be undone, and my kin shall walk again in her true form, freed at last from the wretched hunger forced upon them. No longer shall they feast as beasts upon mortal flesh. Her words hang in the air like a sentence passed, final and inescapable. She has waited too long, and she will not be denied. So, fate check. If you have fate green P, we do not have that one. So, you preserved soul harvest at Mount Human lacks the abundance of souls necessary to our business. Okay, we do not have that. Well, if you have fate J, which we would have, ignore any roll of 15 or more. Yeah, sadly we do not have it. Red L and Red X, we both do not have that. You destroyed the unstable land quest rule is negated. Fate C, remove all of cards from her chaos deck. You prevented corruption rolls. The X, if you have fate X, the strength hostile rule is fully negated. We do not have the fate X. Okay. Place Forgotten Hero, Bone Walker, and Vengeful Spirit. So what we have here. Add Hihomi's cards to the Chaos deck. When drawing Chaos cards, draw 2 and resolve both. At the start of each hostile turn, before drawing Chaos cards, roll 2 dice. For each result, place a corresponding hostile on 2 or the west or an east end adjacent space, whichever is closest to the hero. If there are no more hostiles to spawn, all undead hostiles regain 1 HP and remove 1 weak point. All hostiles have +3 blah blah. Profane Warden barrier. As long as profane bonus are present, she cannot be attacked or damaged. She skips the movement step of her hostile action and only performs her attack action. Damage. That's quite a lot. Okay. Now with all this said and done, give me a moment, I will reshuffle the chaos deck and I will place all the things we have to place. And it was only, the secret lock board. Okay, so see you in a bit. Okay, just to be transparent, I played 2 turns and Hyomi got down. Despite her 9 wounds, I went forward, killed the Forgotten Hero, killed the Vengeful Spirit with Nara, and then attacked with Tharos and Sagan Hyomsi. Sorry that I'm still butchering her name. And yeah, I wasn't sure if I played it right, so I had to look at the rules again, and I noticed as long as there are profane bonus, I cannot attack her and only perform her attack actions. So Hyomi cannot be attacked or damaged. She skips the movement step for her hostile and performs her attack actions. So I played wrong. I also forgot that in her turn she will get a spot. So with all this, back to the drawing board. I hope that I have the stats for Sagan and Theros right. It at least looks like it. So, because these were the only 2 who took some damage. And with this, let's go back. Sagan dodges into this space. So, this will be similar to the one I did previously, which will provide attacks from Hyomi and the Forgotten Hero. Sagan will try to dodge. Within 3, he is successful. Last time he didn't manage to do that. The Forgotten Hero with a 17 or less. 3, sadly it's not a critical, therefore Sagan dodges successfully. Hyomi with 17 or less for intelligence. 11 would have hit, but Sagan dodges. Okay, now let's go to Anari, who will cast, let's just double check, 8 inches space. She will cast Melting Touch onto Sagan, who gets an immediate strike. And the strike will be an 18, he's enchanted, therefore 19 and hits. Power of 15, 11 is 1 wound. And he is allowed to make a burn attempt with 15 or less. This is also another wound. And Theros is allowed, because of sequenced assault, to make an attack. He will use his Fenian crossbow with assassination 1. With a 20, he fails to hit. So, that was him. Next, Sagan will activate again. Hyomsi will activate. Sagan will attack. The Forgotten Hero will also defend himself. So, let's see. Sagan will reduce his defense back to 14. 14 or less for the Forgotten Hero. 3 and a 4. Sagan, power of 19. Power offense. So the 15 beats the 3 and the 4. Therefore, he wins with 1 hit. 15 or less, ignoring armor. 17 is not enough. Theros, sequenced assault. Same as previously. Natural 1, therefore critical hit, ignoring armor. 19 or less. 7 is enough to destroy it, but it goes down. Which is not good, because now it went down without the burn. Let's see what Hyomsi does. With an 18 she fails, but using her sorcerer. With a 4 she hits Sagan. And Sagan reduces her power from 17 to 9. Therefore, with this, Sagan gets a weak point. This was Sagan's second activation. And Neri activated once. And last time I burned it to the crisp, so that was more convenient. Or Nara did that. Now, Neri will cast Melting Touch onto Nara. And Nara will go 1, 2, 3 to the Vengeful Spirit. She will attack it. And the Vengeful Spirit will defend itself with a defense of 11. It manages to do so. Nara has an offense of 16. 3 and a 4. She lost against the Vengeful Spirit, which ignores armor because incorporeal. 18 is not enough. She gets a weak point. And also she will do her third attack. With a 9 she hits Nara, and power of 17 minus armor 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus armor 4, so 13 or less, it's not enough. Therefore Nara gets another weak point. Oh, and also I should have said that Nara used Spectral Sight on herself, which she could use to reroll, but let's do a second activation. The Vengeful Spirit has a 16, which is not enough. And Nara 17 and 18, rerolling because of Spectral Sight advantage, 15 is enough. And now power 15, because it's a magical attack with a 10, is destroyed, and the burn with a 12 is enough to remove it from the field. And Nara will go here up next to Sagan. Now Theros, who is not allowed to attack her, which was the mistake last time I made, will go 1, 2, 3 up to here. And will use Overwhelming Assault against the Bone Walker, who will try to dodge. And the first dodge attempt with an 18 fails, is still allowed to move 1 space. Theros attacks with Assassination 1. 5 is a hit. And 15 minus armor 2 plus 3, also 19 minus 5 is 14 or less, it's not enough. This is a weak point onto the Bone Walker. Theros will try to attack again, and the Bone Walker will try to dodge. With a 2, it dodges successful. Theros will make it critical out of it. Yeah, he will. Hitting despite it, and then, let's see, 9 is enough to put it down here. But since this was also without the bone quality, this is not so good. We're looking for the heroes in the next turn. Because now, the hostiles come back. Getting up. We have tier 3 hostiles getting Sweep and Unstoppable. I had this card also the last time. I hope I shuffled it. And Unstoppable only matters if you're larger than the hostile. So, her Unstoppable range attacks do not matter currently. These two gain up. And hostile attempt for drawing Chaos card, or even before, roll 2 dice. Each result corresponding hostile on 2 or on the west end of adjacent. And the 2 is where the Forgotten Hero stands. So let's see, 2 die. 5 and 13, tier 1 and tier 2. Therefore we only have these 2. Once again, 1 Forgotten Hero and 1 Vengeful Spirit, 1 out of 10. It's a 5, therefore Vengeful Spirit. 1 to 10. It's a 9 here, and I will just grab a second Forgotten Hero and then we will continue. Okay, I placed the hostiles, then the Chaos card would have been drawn, and then the Angered Spirit would have activated because instant card I read as Chaos card. And for each model on a space with an open wide edge, which is the case here, next time I will go down with it, it will gain on a 5 or higher, the model suffers a wound and -1 and 1 weak point. Let's see, 15 or higher, it's 17, so Smite from an Angry Spirit. Luckily for me. Now, our Oni Necromancer, she will 1 to 10 is Nara, otherwise it's Theros. Attack Nara. Sagan will try to see if he can use his free protector. Yes, he managed to roll a 7 with his intro, so he jumps right in front of Nara. Theros will see if he can activate. With a 16 he's unable to activate because of his intro. So, her first bolt against Sagan. With a 10 it hits, and 9 or less. With a 6 this is enough to put a wound on Sagan. Now, her second activation. Let's see. It will be against Nara. Can Sagan jump in front of it? He is unable to do so. Nara will use Foresight to wait. Theros will not try. So, her attack with a 17 just managed to hit Nara. And it would, with a 10, power 17 minus armor 4, it would wound her. Therefore she will try to activate. Let's see. With a natural 1 she can activate, and she will try to dodge. Agility 13. She will use the Devotion Oberon to reroll. With a 2, she manages to dodge it. Activated once. Yeah. And now her third activation. 1 to 10 again, Nara. It will be Nara. Is Sagan allowed to jump in front of it for free? With a 16, no. Nara will wait. Theros will try to activate later. Is Nara able to activate? With a 1, she is able to activate. Therefore, she will try to dodge. With an 11, she needs a natural 1. With a 12, she managed to hit, but Nara dodged it. So therefore, no hit here. Is Theros allowed to activate? With a 13, he has an intelligence of 13. He is allowed to activate. Sorry, he will not activate because she isn't allowed to attack her. So Theros will not do that. So therefore, Theros still has his 2 reaction. Now it was her turn. These here, 1 to 10. I will go with this one first. No, the other one. It will attack the closest enemy, which will be Nara, and therefore Nara activated twice. She dodged twice. Yes. Here. Therefore, the Forgotten Hero will attack Nara with a range attack. Will Sagan jump in front of it? Sagan will jump in front of it. With a 4, it has a strike of 1. With a 4, it hits Sagan. And with a 14, Sagan has an armor of 6. And it has a power of 13. So 7 or less. Sagan gets a weak point. Sorry, not a wound. A weak point. Sagan starts collecting these once again like candy. And the second attack against Nara, once again, Sagan jumps in front of it. 19, which is not enough to hit. Now the second Forgotten Hero will attack. He will attack. The Inspector. 1 to 10, it's Nara. Attack Nara. Sagan will jump in front of it. Sagan will use Masterful Parry to reduce it. So back to 14 or less, 16 and a 19. Sagan with his Melting Touch, 15 and 2, both hit, because the other 2 here, 16 and 19, because of Masterful Parry, were reduced to 14. So 2 hits, 15 or less. 1 weak point, 1 wound, and with the burn, doesn't, so 1 wound. Continue on, second attack, Nara or Sagan. It is on Sagan, so Sagan will have to spend his own activation point to defend himself, same as previously. Black is the hostile. With a 14, the hostile managed to win this time because Sagan rolled a 9 and an 8. And with a 10, it failed to do any harm on Sagan. Sagan gets another weak point. This was the hostile's second activation. Now the Vengeful Spirit goes to the next closest one here. Let's see who he attacks. 1 to 10, it's Nara. It is Nara. Sagan will jump between it. Black is the hostile. Sagan reduces it with Masterful Parry. Sagan wins it. And Sagan does 2 wounds. And there is 2 burns. This one is back here. Okay. That was the hostile's turn. Now it's back to the hero's turn. And the heroes Nara will cast, what will Nara cast onto herself? Spectral Sight, because it's the most sensible. Now, let's see. And Neri will cast Melting Touch onto Sagan, so that Sagan can activate and attack. He, with an 8, hits, and with a 1 wounds. The burn quality with a 9 is enough to put this one down. Okay. And she will use Spectral Sight Arcane Step to get 1 space up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She will not do that. Now let's see what's next. I have to do something about this one. Sagan will go up to here and attack, activating a reaction from her and from the skeleton. So from the Bone Walker. The Bone Walker will defend itself with an 8. Sagan will attack with 13 and a 4. The 8 cancelled out the 4, but the 13 is still a hit. 15 is just a wound, but this is enough to do nothing with the bone. So just 1 wound. And Hyomi with a 4 hit Sagan, and a 16 is not enough. I will just use a die to count how many weak points Sagan has, because he's already at 5. And looking at Theros, who also has already 9. So yeah, this might be one of those games. Okay. 1 wound, and since Sagan hit, Theros is allowed to attack 2. Assassination 1, therefore with an 80 hits, 13 or less. With a 5 it is another wound. Here we are. And now Sagan attacks again, defense and her second activation. So let's see. Sagan wins, the 8 misses, but the 18 and the 15 of Sagan hits. And 2 wounds, and 13 and 9, these are 2 burns. Down it is. Nara is still allowed to make a dodge attempt. And Nara can re-roll it. I also could activate in the next strategic phase Komainu to this model gains resistance 2 to profane, and therefore she would be most likely immune, I believe, against this. Cannot recover the card Daylight. Are these profane? These are spells. Does spells count as profane? Affinity profane? Yeah. With affinity profane? Ah yeah, here. Here it is, element profane. Now would be immune. That's great. I think I will use Komainu in the next strategic phase. Or actually I will say that I use it this time, just because I can. So, she's immune to that. And then she can go nuts. Okay. With all that said, 2 and 3. I think I will just go with the 3 first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now she's out of the line of sight, as is Sagan actually. Neri can activate. She will go. Before that, Hyomi would have cast her spell, because that's what the rules say accordingly, even despite she is immune. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, melting touch onto Nara. Stays where she is. And Theros 1, 2, 3, 4 goes also right up here, out of line of sight from her. Yeah, she can basically just go here and boost. Yeah, with this, Sagan goes with his ranger class 1, 2 up to here, and that's that's my turn. Here he comes back up, then flipping around, 2 die, 4 and 14, 1 tier 1, 1 tier 2, tier 1, 1 to 10 is left. Let's go here, and the tier 2 also goes up to here. She has no line of sight. Incapacitate is not a live ally within 8 inches. Enchant the highest tier ally with necrotic wounds. But she cannot see him because of here. And necrotic wounds is not an aura. Therefore she will waste her 3 actions and can do nothing. Okay. It's interesting how the game changed when you actually play after in accordance to the rules, also the quest rules and so on, and have a more keener eye on to that. So let's see who he attacks. He has a line of sight to these 3: 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15. It's Aneri. Aneri will wait what happens. Theros and Sagan Will Theros and Sagan activate? Because of Guardian of Love, when the character is a model that is not in partner while the partner is engaged. Okay, it's not engaged. Sagan could jump right in front of it. Will Sagan do that? Nah, Sagan will not do that. Theros will activate and attack back. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Forgotten Hero with a 19 misses. Theros with a 4 hits. And with a 7 he also puts a wound onto it. Bam. Next, let's roll again, and 1 to 6, 7 to 12, and 13 to 19. 8, it's still an Neri will wait. Actually, this time Sagan will use his Protector skill to jump right in front of her. So hitting Sagan, and Theros will activate again and attack. So once attack against Sagan, with a 9 it's a hit, power of 13. Armor 7, it's another weak point onto Sagan. Let's go up to 6. And Theros attack with a 3 hits. And with a 4, it's another wound. Luckily, it has 3 in this game. This was its activation. Skeleton 1 to 10. Yeah, Skeleton next, but also Nui. 15 plus, it's a hit. No. So it will walk 1, 2. It will walk again and goes right up here. Same number order as previously, who it will attack. With a 10 it will attack a Neri. Sagan will activate a second time. Activated, and with the second time he will attack the skeleton because of Protector. So, skeleton and Sagan will use Masterful Parry to reduce its offense capability back to normal. Critical hit and a 4. And Sagan, critical hit and a 3. So, the 2 critical hits hit each other against Sagan. It has a power of 10 minus armor, so it's from 6 it goes up to wherever the 7 is. Here we are at the 7. And Sagan, 15 or less, it's a 10. And an 18 is not enough to burn it, so therefore it only goes down. And now the Vengeful Spirit, 1, 2, 3, 4, goes right up originally into the space, but I will keep it here. Who it will attack? It will attack a Neri, and Neri will wait and see what happens. With an 18 it misses, and the second attack against Sagan. And Sagan is defenseless. It's a critical hit and ignores armor anyway. With a 3, this is actually a second wound onto Sagan. Now, Hero's turn. Nara. It was the first hostile's turn. Was it? No, it was the second. I forgot the Chaos card. Spawn 2 tier 1 hostile on the space with a Luke token close to the end. If there are no Luke, spawn 1 behind the last hero. Okay, it would have been here. So let me just put down 2 other hostiles and activate them next. Okay, with all this, let's continue. The first Vengeful Spirit, let's continue with this one. It will attack Sagan, and with an 18 it will not wound him. Therefore Sagan's weak points go up to 8. Here we are. Vengeful Spirit second attacks Theros, who's out of activation. And with a 13 it hits because of the boost in the quest, and with a 19 this is not enough to wound him. He's on 10 weak points. And this Bone Walker, he will attack 17, it's Theros, with an 8 and a 7, 2 hits, power 10 minus armor 3, 7 or less. It's 1 wound and 1 weak point. I think I will give him another die next. And again, second activation, who will he attack? He will attack Sagan, so 7 and 8 are 2 hits. 19 is a weak point and 6 is a wound. Here, and 8 goes up to wherever the 9 is. here we are. Okay, that was the hostile's turn. Now it's the hero's turn. And I will start with Nara, casting Spectral Sight onto herself. And then Anari will begin with casting Melting Touch onto Sagan. And by doing so, she will trigger attacks one way or another. She will be hitting so badly. Actually, no. I know this might be a stupid idea, but I will use Nekomata. That she will be ignored from hostile as long as there are other heroes there. Immune to profane, ignored by hostiles, so she can walk freely, going up to here and casting Melting Touch onto Sagan, who is now allowed to make a free strike 1 attack against this Vengeful Spirit. With a 16, he is enchanted, therefore up to 19 he hits. Power 15 hits and burn destroys it. Since it is a sweep 1, all enemy hostiles in the same space are hit. The other Vengeful Spirit is hit. With a 3 it is wounded. The burn does not destroy it. And the Bone Walker is not wounded. Okay, that was this one attack. Now, what I will do about this one? Will I do something about it? Oh, sorry, no, that was not correct. Because Sagan wasn't allowed to attack here. Let me just rewind it. Will I do something with Nico? And Nara hasn't have to use it? Or does she? No, she has to use it because of this one. So, but before that, I will say that Sagan moves right up to here and attacks a Vengeful Spirit. Attacks the Bone Walker because the Bone Walker has a better defense. This is an action on these two activate. The two Vengeful Spirit with a defense of 11, both miss. The Forgotten Hero with an accuracy of 17 hits. And he does another weak point to Sagan, so 9 goes up to 10. And now Sagan and the skeleton have a confrontation. Sagan is down to 16 because of the shield. The skeleton is down to 10 because of Sagan's defense parry. But 1, 2, 3, it goes up again 3 because of its allies. So therefore 13 against 16. Sagan wins with a 2 and a 5, and the 17 is a miss. And the skeleton is down, and the burn destroys a double. And now I can sweep. The first one is hit 2 times. Yeah, because 2 hits. And the 12 is a wound. And the 3 is a burn. And then the other 2 hits at the other one. The 12 is a hit, and the 3 is another burn. So they will not come back. This was Sagan's first activation. Did I do that right? Sagan jumped right in there. Got attacks. Okay, I will just say that she moved and activated Melting Touch, which I already planned to do, so I will keep it this way. Now, with the next activation, I want Theros to attack the Bone Walker, who will react with an attack by himself. So he has 17, Theros is down to 15. No, I will do something else. Theros will try to dodge. So, the Bone Walker, the Forgotten Hero, hits with a 2, and Theros with a 16 fails to dodge. Therefore, Theros is with a 9. It has a power of 13. It wounds Theros, who with this goes down. I could have used medicine, so he will have to dodge shield. Out of line of sight, goes down. but it is out of activation points. Therefore, Sagan can now go 1 here and stay where he is. Nara will cast Second Chance onto Theros with a 2 and a 20. The 20 triggers a rule, which is a range attack, so therefore nothing. But the 2 is enough to give Theros 1 HP back. And now Nara will cast it again, this time onto Sagan. 19 and 11. The 11 is enough to give Sagan also 1 hit point back. And Nari will cast Melting Touch onto Nara. And I will wait this turn out. So, Hostile's turn. Hyomsi, 10 and 1 tier 2 and 2 tier 1. And this one would have been a tier 2. If they now hostile to spawn, all hostile gain 1 HP and remove 1 weak point. Okay. So, this one spawns 18, goes here. The first tier 1 is 5, goes there. The second one is 1, goes also there. Bonewalker, yes or no? Yes. Oh, sorry, yes or no? So here it is. Second time Bonewalker, yes or no? It's another no. And you go 12, go here. And this one also goes up. So this one activates first, attacking Sagan. Sagan will try and take it. So here it is a hit, and 10 up to 11. Here we are. Second attack at Sagan, he will hit it. 11, and with a 9, it has a power of 13 minus armor 6. So 6 or less, and this is a 6, sorry. Sagan is up to 3 wounds. Then I forgot the Chaos card, sorry. Spawn 1 tier 3 house or 1 space behind the last hero. I will just grab it, and then we will continue with this one. And here we have the Oni Marauder, who will be up next. So the Oni Marauder will move into the same space here and attack Sagan. And Sagan will defend himself. These two will wait, and Theros will make a dodge. No, he will trust in Sagan. So, Theros will reduce the offense back to 14. The Oni Marauder will strike. 12, 18 is a miss. Sagan and the Oni Marauder scored a 12, so both hit each other, which means that the Oni Marauder hits all of the heroes. Let's go with this. Sagan with a 19 is not wounded, but since he gets a weak point up to 12. Here we are, it's a 12. And then on Theros with a 2, Theros is once again unconscious. Nara would be hit. Nara will try to dodge it. With a 7, she successfully dodged the hit. And Anari would be not power 19 minus armor 3, 16. She would be wounded exactly. She will also try to dodge it. With a natural 1, she also dodged it. Okay, only Sagan is wounded. And he is staggered now. No, Sagan wasn't wounded. He is staggered. And now the Oni Marauder will attack a second time Sagan. So with a defense for Sagan, 13 and 6 both hit. Both put Sagan down. Nara and Anari will both try to dodge. 2 and 3, they both successfully dodged. Now the Bonewalker, this one, goes 1, can't go further, then goes 1, 2, up to here, attacks Nara, who's out of activation points. He attacks with a 20 and 11, the 11 hits. 19 is not enough, gives Nara a weak point. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put her back, she hadn't any, so 1 there. Now this Bone Walker will attack. It has 2 attacks against Nara. These are a 9 and a 13, both hit. These are 2 additional weak points, because it only has a power of 10 and Nara has an armor of 4. Second activation, 16 and 14 hits, because it gets +1, +2, +3 in general, so it is, only 15, so only 1 hit. And it will, 15 is not enough, put another weak point onto Nara. Okay, and now 1, 2, 3. It cannot go through there because there is no space. This one goes here, and 1, 2, 3. It will also go up here. Now let's try to make it meaningful. Nara will cast in the strategic phase Melting Touch, Leech Life, no, Necrotic Wound onto herself to do more damage. Now Anari, who is ignored by other opponents, will cast Melting, will wait, because before that Theros will use his medicine to gain 1 hit point back. And now Anari casts Melting Touch onto Nara. And Nara will attack the Oni Marauder, triggering reactions from these 2. So, the reaction, Forgotten Hero, hits with a 14, fails to wound, another weak point. The Bone Walker hits with a 19, fails to wound, another weak point. I need definitely more dice for these 2. So, Oni Marauder 1 die for defense with 13. Nara able to attack with a 16. 19 fails on both ends, but the 14 is enough for Nara to still hit the Oni Marauder. And with a 15, she has power of 15, Melting Touch. She is able to wound the Oni Marauder. 1 wound onto him. And then she has the burn chance. With a 15, it is enough to put a burn onto it. And now it has 5 wounds in total. Now activated once. Okay, sorry. I think about it. Nanari would have also cast Sweep onto her, because now with this 1 hit, she could also try at least to wound these 2. So the Bone Walker, 4 is a wound, and a 12 is a burn. This one is eliminated. And the Forgotten Hero, it is wounded, but not burned, so 1 heal. Then Nara can activate once again, attack the Oni Marauder, same procedure as previously. 12 and a 2, the 2 is cancelled out by the 6. 15 or less, she wounds it again for a 3rd wound, and the burn destroys it. 1 hit against the Bone Walker, Forgotten Hero. 3, it's a wound, and the burn with a 15 is enough to put a 3rd wound onto it, destroying it too, giving a little bit more breathing space. Next is Theros, the only one still remaining, who activates, goes 1 space up, and uses his healing potion to give 2 HP back to Sagan, who's here. And then and this one triggers an attack. 13 is a hit, 5 is a wound. Theros after this goes down immediately with 2 wounds taken. And Then it is the hostile's turn. Let's see what spawns. 2020, okay, 2 tier 1 hostiles. He regains 1 HP because I do not have in general enough, so these are fully healed. This one spawns at the 15, the first Bone Walker and the second. 12. These two also spawn here. And starting with 1 to 10 is this one. 16, it's this one. 1, 2 goes up to here, shoots at Nara because of Nekomata. 1 attack, it misses. Second attack, it hits, and it would wound. Nara tries to dodge. With a 10, it is successful. Then this one has to walk. 1, 2. First attack at Nara, misses. Second attack at Nara, hits, and it would wound. Nara tries to dodge. She managed to do so out of activations. Ghost or Bone Walker, it's a Bone Walker. 1, 2, 1 again, heal. Attack on Nara with 2 strikes. This one is cocked. 3 in general, and then plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 18 in total, 2 hits. And 1 wound, 1 weak point. Wound and weak point. Here we are. Ghost, 1 to 10. It's a ghost. Goes up to here. First attack at Nara out of activations. Hits and doesn't wound. Second attack. Hits and wounds. So weak point and a wound. Too many token onto Nara. Ghost or skeleton. It's a skeleton. Goes up to here. Is allowed to attack because the space is full. 2 strikes. It hits 2 times. Nara goes down, and I think I will call it here game. I lost it because I got only swamped and overwhelmed. I'll think about it. I will try to upload a video regularly on my next Friday. Or on the next Friday. I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. It took a little bit of time because I played it wrong the first time with killing Hiomi, even despite she is unable to be attacked. So, yeah, as I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry that it got up a little bit late. And I hope I see you in my regular schedule next week. Bye!